Okay, today we're doing the 12-point scooter inspections, and you kind of want to just start at the top and work your way down. So we're going to start at the brakes. So for the brakes, you're testing the brakes to make sure that the scooter stops quickly. So we got your knee on it. You're just testing it to make sure the scooter stops. And you're also going to test the parking brake. So you need to push this button down and lock it, and then give it a slight push. That's a good brake. That works great. Here's another one. I can already tell that's going to be something that the brake doesn't work. See, that doesn't stop. So that's going to be something we're going to check on for the brake. So that's the brakes. Next thing is the handlebar clamp. So we started at the top, we're going to work our way down. Handlebar clamp. You want to make sure the handlebar clamp is pointed this way, not out, not down, or anything like that. So we want it pointing in and just kind of snug. And we want to make sure it's not missing. So sometimes customers will take the handlebar clamp off and then they'll forget to put it back on. And that would be, you need to fail the inspection if that happens. So the next thing, item 3 is the handlebar star bolt. You want to make sure this is not missing and that it's just not, just give it a quick turn. So these are good to go. They're not locking up. They're not really hard to turn, so these are good ones. Next thing is the basket. So the first thing always is you want to make sure the basket isn't missing. So these have both come back and they're good. This basket is fine. It's okay for them to be missing the handle. Not a problem, but we want to make sure that they're round. So we kind of just give them a tug back and just bend them back into a round shape. This one, we're going to want to bend it back and get it more round. And that'll be included in another video. So the next step is the handlebar itself. You want to just inspect the handlebar, make sure there's no hairline fractures anywhere, because this is their point of support. So we want to make sure that we're giving them a stable, dependable scooter. No hairline fractures, everything looks good, there's no rust, it's not bent out of shape or anything like that. That's for the handlebar. Number 6 is the handlebar base. Handlebar base, we want to just kind of get your knee on the scooter and give it a push. That's good. That's a good tight scooter. This one did feel a little loose. See that? So that's a little bit loose. So we're going to need to do some maintenance on the handlebar base. That's going to be included in another video. 7 is the seat pad cover. Right now we don't have seat pad covers. This is something that we're going to be doing, where the scooters will have a seat pad cover. So the main thing for the cover is that we want to make sure it came back to us. The customer didn't forget to return it. Seat pad. So when you're inspecting the seat pad, you're just kind of giving it a push. So this one's good and firm. It's really comfortable. Put your knee on it, make sure it's comfortable. This one feels a little bit flattened out. Yeah, that's not a very good seat cover. It's not bad, and this is good to go out for another rental, but you're going to need to be aware that another month or two, we're going to need to replace this entire seat pad, or we also call them knee pads, but seat pads because we like to sit on them a lot. Yeah, and you want to also check and make sure there's no rips or tears. Customers get really concerned, and then what happens is they email me or someone in the office asking if they're going to be on the hook for the seat pad because it's already torn. So we just want to make sure that we're giving them a good seat pad. It's not torn. The next thing, seat clamp, or seat post clamp. So that's the exact same. These are quick release. So this is the handlebar clamp. It's the exact same thing down here. The same clamp. So you're just basically checking to make sure that it's not missing and it still works. Seat post pin is item number 10. This is right here, so they never have any issues other than sometimes customers will take them off and forget to put them back on. So you make sure that it's not missing. 11, we got 11S for standard and 11A for all-terrain. Those are the wheels. All right, so on the standard models, the wheels, what you're testing for is flat spots. That's the first thing. You give it a little. So this one has flat spots. I can feel it right away. You're going to look at it And if you want to zoom in on the wheel here, you can see how flat that is. This wheel needs to be replaced. The front wheels look actually pretty good. Those are round, but this wheel, I think what happens is people get on concrete and they actually lock the brake up, and that spot just gets flattened out. So we need to replace this wheel. All-terrain wheel. You're looking at the rim, make sure there's no cracks. And on both wheels, you want to just make sure that the bolt is good and tight. They don't normally come off, but you just, as a safety precaution, make sure that the bolts are tight. So as far as replacing the wheels, we're going to show you that in another video. The final point is 12, is if a customer texts us that they returned the scooter, but you go out and you can't find the scooter number, that means that they didn't actually return it. And sometimes that happens, they do it in advance. They'll text us because they're going to bring it, they're on their way. But when that happens, you have to fail the inspection. And you just follow the steps, because it's a missing knee scooter. So we would essentially fail the inspection with item number 12, and then it goes back and it renews the rental, so it makes sure that they're still renting the scooter. That's it for 12-point inspections. This can be printed on the distributor page. There's a PDF file that you can print out. And it's really good to just have these on hand so you can just follow step by step. But before long, you'll end up memorizing this. But we want to be consistent in how we do this every time. That's it for today, guys. 12-point inspections.